We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Service FM Stadium here in Jeps Cross for this NPL match, this RAA NPL match between Adelaide United's Colt side and FK Beograd. I'm your host, David Grant. I'll be taking you through the next 90 minutes, and I am accompanied by Christian Marchetti. Christian, how are you?
Good, thanks, David. Great to be here. Some Thursday night football, and we've got a really intriguing matchup between two teams coming off the back of losses as well in their last game. So both wanting to show a bit of a reaction here, I'm sure. All
right, well, we'll go and get ourselves a wee cup of tea before the game starts. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in about, well, a matter of minutes.
Welcome to Service FM Stadium. Please welcome onto the field of play FK Beograd and your Adelaide United.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Service FM Stadium here at Jeps Cross in beautiful Adelaide. It's still about 26 degrees, I think, after a number of hot days, and we prepare to watch Adelaide United's youth team playing FK Beograd in this RAA NPL match here in South Australia. I'll run through the lineups for you folks. Adelaide United lining up as follows. Number 13, the goalkeeper, Max Vartuli. 23, Luke Gazelle. 45, Alex Battistella. 52, the captain, Sotira Phyllis. 62, Fabian Taladira. 65, Joey Garuccio. 71 is Vinko Stanisic. 74 is Amlani Tatu. 78, Malal Nikola. 79, Faizo Kasimovic. And 99, Henry Lynch. And FK Beograd line up as follows. The goalkeeper, number 33, Dakota Oxenham. Number 6, Kristen Konstantopoulos. 7 is Massimo Falco. 8, Jason Konstantopoulos. 9, Ethan Harrington. 11, Ninko Beric. 12, Antonis Natsiopoulos. 17, Lorenzo Baselli. 18, Riley Stam. 20, Jared Clark. And 24, Cooper Nunn. I'm your host for this evening, David Grant, about to take you through 90 minutes of hectic mayhem on the football field, hopefully. And I'm joined here in the commentary executive suite by none other than writer, broadcaster, all of these things, front page football man, Christian Marchetti. Christian, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, David. Quite the extravagant introduction there. Not too sure I'm deserving of that just yet, but no, it's great to be here, as I mentioned before, and like I said, we've got two teams coming into this off the back of defeats, both looking to rectify that. Of course, we had this game rescheduled as well. It was meant to be played at Cooper Stadium tomorrow, but of course the heat that we've had in Adelaide at the moment, and some Thursday night football. Looking forward to it. We've got a bit of a stronger Adelaide United team out here today as well, because some of those boys from the young Socceroos have returned to Adelaide United, and then that's kind of a bit of a knock-on effect with the NPL team. So looking forward to seeing how some of those guys go today as well. A
number of players dropped from last week's, or 2 weeks ago now, because the Australia Cup was last week. Cameron Harris is on the bench. Brodie Burkett starting the bench, and Fabian Grelly starting the bench. Frank Bissassa, of course, a red card in his last outing, so he is suspended this week. So yes, a number of changes for Adelaide United as we get underway, but a number of changes for FK Beograd as well. They've altered their lineup. They lost their first 2 league games, of course, and this is probably, would you say it's more of a must-win for them? They wouldn't want to lose the 3rd one in a row, would they?
No, it's definitely more of a must-win, this one for FK Beograd. I think, you know, when you have 2 games at home to start the season and you go 0-2. It's not good. You never want that, regardless of who you're playing, and particularly when one of those games was against your rivals at home in Adelaide Croatia Raiders. So, yeah, I'm expecting a big response from them, just in terms of their effort and intensity, in particular, in this game.
That would have been a sore one to take. I was speaking actually afterwards to Antonis Natsiopoulos about how it felt coming off a home loss against Croatia Raiders, a Serbian team losing to the Croatian side here, a local derby that really hurt him, and you know, they'll be very keen, I would say, to bounce back and get well, something out of this game. Not to say that Adelaide United aren't looking to try and get a win or don't need a win, but yeah, the stage is set, I would say.
Yep, and you know, it's not the ideal opponent, because like we've seen, Adelaide United now, Fabian Taladira is coming back into this team from being away on international duty. They've also got Luke Duzel playing today, who, of course, you know, has been in and around the A-League team as well. They've got Amlani Tatu as well, I should mention, who has been in the A-League squad in recent weeks, who's starting tonight because he hasn't been named for the game tomorrow night against MacArthur in the A-League. So, very strong team for them tonight. Early free kick, yep. Yep,
free kick for Luke Duzel. Looks like he'll probably, well, I was going to say he'll chip it in, but yeah.
We're seeing tomorrow morning's headlines there.
Yeah. Show of intent, maybe. Yeah, Adelaide United sitting 7th in the ladder just now. 1 win and 1 loss. It did beat Croatia Raiders in round 1, 1-0. A game that I covered, and then went to Adelaide Comets for the first game at Ellis Park, and lost at the very death of that match, 1-0 as well. A very late goal, very late penalty. And Frank Bissassa, as we mentioned, sent off for can't remember, it was a second yellow. I can't actually recall what the offence was now.
Yeah, well, they always have a little bit of uncertainty, this Adelaide United NPL team at the start of the season, because they're usually integrating some new players, maybe from the reserves from the previous year, maybe some players from other clubs that they've brought in, someone like Alex Battistella, who's just competed for the ball there. So there's always that kind of teething period early on. So for them to get a win against Raiders away in that sort of stretch was pretty important. Today's going to be interesting to see how they look with some of these more established players coming back into the team.
And FK Beograd, of course, lost the other week, as we said 2 weeks ago, in the derby with the Croatia Raiders, but lost the opening round against Adelaide City 2-0. So, yeah, difficult for them. They're the only team to have lost 2 games as the ball breaks through to the middle here. I think it's Riley Stam, hits it with his right foot, goes right across the face of goal. And Christian Verdicchio has ruled an offence there, and a free kick for Adelaide United.
Yeah, it was a great ball there by Massimo Falco. It was actually Lorenzo Baselli who picked up the ball there in between the lines. And Riley Stam, though, probably could have been in a better position there to try and get on the end of that cross. But good start from Beograd.
They're a long way away from me. Eyesight and all that. Once you get to my age, it's a wee bit harder to look at the numbers. But yes. Thanks for covering me there, correcting me. Yes, that's why I've got you on board.
They always say respect your elders, so I won't address your eyesight. All good.
Both sides had last week off. Of course, it was the Australia Cup. Adelaide United's Colts don't play in the Australia Cup. Obviously, it's they have an A-League side, so they don't participate in that competition. And FK Beograd had the bye. There was only, I think, 4 NPL sides in Cup action last week. But Beograd, their Cup campaign will start in a few weeks' time as the ball is lifted over the top here. And to the left-hand side, slip with the goalkeeper, but offside given.
It's actually the 2 brothers linking up there.
Yeah, Konstantopoulos and Konstantopoulos.
Jason receiving the pass from Kristen.
And Max Vertuli has his back underway for Adelaide United as they look to play out from the back. Actually, Beograd pressed up quite high there. If you notice, you might not be able to pick that up in the camera, but they certainly had a very high press there as the ball was played out from the back. And a solid tackle on the far side by Natsiopoulos, and it goes out for a Beograd throw.
Yeah, well, the performance against Raiders was a little bit of a strange one. I thought in the first 20 minutes they didn't start too badly, but they didn't really create too much, and then kind of Raiders just went bang bang in quick succession before half time, and then once they got the third, it was kind of game over. They had a decent second half performance, but yeah, that'll be key here to score first for sure.
And it's Konstantopoulos racing onto this. He's got Malawel on his... Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have laughed there. Just had a swing there and just slipped on the grass. It has been heavily watered. I must say it has been heavily watered just before we got here.
Well, it was watered, and then also, obviously, we just had the reserves just play on this. But we did see Vartuli moments ago in the previous attack sort of slip, and then Konstantopoulos there. Great ball by Natsiopoulos. Vartuli actually stayed on his line there. I was a little bit surprised. I thought he was going to come out.
Maybe the slip earlier on was has made him wary.
This is good for Beograd. This is, you want to start like this. Try and just make Adelaide United a little bit uncomfortable early on. They just need, when you start with 2 losses, you just need that good start. Maybe take the lead early, get a bit of confidence back, and then you can start to play your football again.
They did play each other twice last year, of course. A 2-2 draw at FK Beograd in round 10, and then in round 21 on the 9th of August, a 4-1 win for Adelaide United as the shot comes in there. And it's held by Dakota Oxenham, looking resplendent in whatever colour that is.
Really pops out, doesn't it?
Something from the 80s. Battistella just nudged off the ball by Konstantopoulos. Konstantopoulos has given a little bit of space, and he appreciates it, I think. Tries to thread the ball through to Riley Stam. Doesn't quite get there, but it was the right idea and a nice idea.
Yeah, you just see early on they're not quite on the same wavelength. Beograd in the final third. Of course, they've only scored once in those first 2 games. And there are a few new players, of course, in this team too. It's going to take some time to gel.
Natsiopoulos there collecting the ball from that holding midfield role. He's got the ball back again at his feet, goes inside. It's congested in there, and Adelaide United win it, and they come away with it. Trying to venture forward, but again, Beograd are pressed high, and they're marking their opponents tightly and not giving them much space.
Yeah, of course.
So Tira Phyllis, sorry.
No, you're right. And I think just got to be careful, of course, when they step up with their sort of front six, that midfield, and their attackers, just leaving that space in between the midfield and back four. I think that's where Adelaide United's, particularly you can see Joey Garuccio, Luke Duzel in between the lines there, will look to try and pick the ball up in those areas.
Looks quite clearly like a 4-4-2, doesn't it? I mean, it's really quite obvious just now when they're not in possession. This is FK Beograd we're talking about. Quite clearly a 4-4-2 they've got when they don't have the ball. As Malawal Nicola gets the ball now, and he's robbed by Konstantopoulos, who's really put himself about in these early 6 or 7 minutes. And Ethan Harrington has the ball now at left back, opts to go long, finds Riley Starn, nice header inside. It's made its target. Konstantopoulos still has it, he's got a little bit of room again, plays it over to the far side. Cross comes in to the towards the back post. Konstantopoulos makes it, nice header. But Adelaide United come away with it. Here's Alex Battistella. And again, that press from FK Beograd, they're really squashing the space up there.
No, honestly, they're doing a great job of just penning them in, not letting Adelaide play. We know Adelaide are a possession-based team. They want to keep the ball. But to force them into that pass is a good result for FK Beograd.
Yep. Here's Cooper Nunn. Goes to Jared Clark. Oxenham clears. Malawal Nicola finds Vinko Stanisic.
And we should mention about Vinko Stanisic as well. He played centre back last year, but they're kind of experimenting, I guess, with him as a number 6, the holding midfielder this year. They got Faizo Kasimovic and of course Satiri Phyllis, who's been in the setup for quite a while. So interesting to see him play this role. He's very, very proficient on the ball. He can definitely do a job there.
Jared Clark with it now. Plays back to his goalkeeper Oxenham. Takes a touch. Hits with his left foot, not bad. Clark somewhat mistimed that jump. And it's Mlani Tatu in the far side now. Let's see some wizardry. Oh, he won a throw in.
Maybe some Harry Crawford-esque wizardry that we saw on Saturday for the senior team. Shot from the edge of the box here now, low, stopped by Oxenham, and does just enough. Yeah, just on Harry Crawford. He scored twice against Beograd last year. He scored in their 2-2 draw with Beograd, and then he also scored in the 4-1 win. And he also scored the year before in a 3-0 win when Kane Vidmar and Luke Dizelle, who's playing tonight, also grabbed goals. Yeah, and of course now he's, just signed his. Where is he now? Just signed his first professional contract and is very much a part of the senior setup. Yeah. Where are they now? Yeah, and Mlani Tatu, we just mentioned there, of course, was in the squads recently, made his debut as well against Newcastle. But of course, with some of those players coming back, I think Isaias as well coming back from injury for the first team this week. So yeah, he's back in the NPL side, but he's almost been in that A-League environment for quite a while now, training with them. So he's really probably at an elevated level at this level. Do you know what? It would do wonders for his confidence as well. A couple of games in the A-League, and he's played well when he's gone into that environment, and then he comes back to the NPL, and he'll feel $1 million, you would think. And there's the reverse effect of if these guys are in the A-League squad and maybe it doesn't pan out initially, maybe they don't do as well when they come off the bench, then they could just come back into the NPL, get some confidence back, and then re-enter that setup. There's a player, of course, receiving treatment for FK Beograd on the far side. Well, they're making a substitution here, and I've not been able to determine who it is that's injured or who's coming on. But as soon as I've worked it out, I'll let you know. It might be Trimboli, but we'll let you know as soon as we know, as soon as we can work it out. But the player who's left is certainly in a bit of discomfort.
helped to the side of the pitch and receiving some attention just now. And it'll be a drop ball, and Dakota Oxenham has possession of it. And he rolls it out. None. Finds Etherington. Blocked by Battistella. It's a throw in for FK Beograd on this near side.
Yeah, I think it was Ninko Beric who came off there, David. And they've done a bit of a reshuffle, so Massimo Falco's pushed to the right wing. And it's a foul there. It looks like it's Alexander Banyak who's come on at right fullback.
Yeah, I think you're right. Number 16, Alexander Banyak, has come on, and he's at right back. And
Just using that advanced eyesight.
Yeah, well, that's it. You've got a few years on me, to be honest, haven't you? So
maybe a few carrots as well.
I do find the numbers in the back of FK Beograd shirts quite small, and I do find the font on Adelaide United's shirts hard to read. So that's my rationale anyway. We're back underway anyway. Ethan Harrington now forced back by Battistella, who's muscling his way in, and a throw in given by Christian Verdicchio for FK Beograd.
Yeah, of course, Beograd have had Marcus Orchard start at left back in the first two games. He's a natural left footer, so it's a bit easier for him to receive the ball and play forward on his natural side. Ethan Harrington's a right footer, so has to come inside every time. Just can kind of slow down the speed of the attack.
Ball breaks for Cooper Nunn. He's got about 4 hours to get it under control, I think. Acres of space at the back there.
I think we haven't really seen, probably outside of that Stanisic shot, not really many chances so far, but Beograd would be pretty happy that they've been able to actually get a footing in the game.
No, they've started the more impressive of the two for me. I don't know if you'd agree with that or not.
Yeah, I'd agree. Here they go.
Here's Constantopoulos at the edge of the box, goes with his left foot into the middle. Target, I think, with Baselli or Stam. But it goes out, and it's a corner kick. But yeah, no, just to get back to that point, I think FK Beograd have started with 15 minutes in. But FK Beograd, despite maybe not having a shot on goal yet, have they? I mean, Oxenham's had to face a free kick at the other end, but they've started well. That high press is really impressive. Yeah, and
they definitely look a bit more cohesive when they go forward. That's for sure. It's good defending there by Satiri Phyllis to clear the danger.
FK Beograd with the corner now. Comes in, it's low into the front post, and ultimately cleared. But they still have possession. Here's Ethan Harrington, and Amlani Tattoo's right onto him. And eventually cleared by the substitute, Banjak. Two Constantopoulos brothers combining there, but eventually forced back. I don't know if I'd like to receive a pass like that with Amlani Tattoo on my breathing down my neck.
Well, the worst thing about that type of pass is it just allowed Adelaide United to step up as a team and just close the space, and now they're back on the ball.
Although I'll nickel in with it now. So Tira Phyllis goes across to his partner in defence, and the ball ends up with Luke Dizelle. Vinko Stanisic moves it back all the way back to the goalkeeper, who clears with his left foot hurriedly. And FK Beograd are relentless, aren't they? Here they come again. Willie Starn doesn't quite get it under control. Adelaide United have it, and here's a little counter-attack through midfield. Target was Battistella. Harrington's won it though. Harrington goes long to nobody, and that will go out for a throw-in the corner for Adelaide United.
Yeah, so the next phase for Beograd now is how do we turn this possession into something meaningful. But Andoni Natsiopoulos, who we mentioned before, of course we spoke to him after the Raiders game, you knew if there was any player that was going to come out with a real intent in this game for Beograd, it would be their captain. He's really led from the front with his energy from midfield. He's controlling that area of the pitch at the moment. You see him there going all the way and pressing the goalkeeper to force the area. Here he is again, but loses it.
Stanisic ends up back with Faizo Kasimovic, and he goes long. A little unimaginative, if I had to be super critical, and collected quite easily and comfortably by Dakota Oxenham. And we still need to work out what that colour is. That's not green or yellow, is it?
Fluoro yellow, maybe.
Cyndi Lauper green.
I know who Cyndi Lauper is, but I don't know the reference to the colour.
Oh, she was very colourful.
Right, okay.
She probably still is.
Okay.
Throw in for FK Beograd. Ethan Harrington to take. He's had a decent enough start, hasn't he, Harrington?
Yeah.
Yep. He's he came on as an 81st minute substitute in their last game. But yeah, I mean, obviously Adrian Deloy and co had to make a few changes. 2 losses on the board. They obviously needed to make some changes, and they've done that. And Harrington's one of the beneficiaries of that. Gets a start.
Yeah, I think Marcus Orchard probably didn't have his best game against Raiders, and Adrian Deloy's felt the need to change it up. But yeah, Battistella hasn't gotten too much change out of Harrington on this right-hand side.
Nicely put, I like that. You go places, mate. Here's Amlani Tatu in the far side now for Adelaide United.
When you're watching our football games, you pick up on all these little phrases. It's good little move there by Amlani Tatu. They had a free kick in this similar position, didn't they, earlier from Duzel? So let's see what he does this time. Maybe he chips it in.
I'll tell you what, I mean, the last shot Duzel had was a shot from distance. Are you going to beat a keeper like Dakota Oxen, who's an absolute giant at 7 foot tall? I think they've really got to try and flick it in. Having a chip into the middle. United have got some tall players in there. Kasimovic, he's a big guy.
Satiri Phyllis, yeah.
Yep.
Stanisic. Yeah, that.
Even Henry Lynch doesn't look too tiny there as the ball comes in. It's low. Bobbles around, comes to Lynch. He has a swipe at it, and he goes out for a goal kick. Yeah, no, I was in the tunnel earlier with these guys. You know, it's typical, isn't it? You think they're all your height until you're standing in the tunnel with them. There's some big guys out there.
Well, I have to check on Dakota Oshinen being 7 foot. I'm not sure if he's
7 foot.
7.
Yep. Look it up.
Not maybe 6'5".
Nah, 7 foot.
Maybe should have taken up a career in basketball.
Having said that, he might write his own Wikipedia page.
It's also true.
Yeah. Anyway, 7 foot Dakota Oxenham ready to take this goal kick for FK Beograd.
They do here. Natsiopoulos dropping right next to the goalkeeper. Look how high Satiri Phyllis is as well for Adelaide.
But he's immediately retreated when the ball's been kicked, so yeah. FK Beograd in possession. Here's Natsiopoulos again. Seems to be everywhere, doesn't he? Comes out to Jason Konstantopoulos. He goes inside. Finds his brother Jason. And it ends up with Harrington. They're looking comfortable in the ball, aren't they? Here's Jared Clark. Little chip over the top. And a foot in, but a brave goalkeeping. And it's held by Max Fartulli in the goal.
Well, the entire time that ball was travelling towards the goal, I wasn't really confident that Satiri Phyllis had it covered.
No, and Riley Stam's he's another guy you don't want breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
And Stam just really needed to get a toe in there, didn't he? But couldn't quite get it.
Riley Stam, of course, was at Adelaide United last year.
Wasn't a great year for him, was it?
No.
But you know, he's a good player. I remember 2 years ago at Parramatta Knights watching him and calling a couple of games he played in then, and he was outstanding.
Tore up the State League One from memory.
Yeah, he did. He did. Battistella now, a little chip over the top. Finds Nicola. He turns, gets the pass off to Lynch. Natsiopoulos again.
He really is the barometer of this team, isn't he?
Oh,
when he's on it, they just look much, much different. Just winning duels, breaking up play, but then he can do the more artsy stuff with the ball as well.
Mesmerising. Dreamy. Would you describe him as dreamy, Christian?
Not sure if I'd use that.
Here's Riley Stam at the edge of the box. Opts to go down to the byline. Cross comes in from Basella. It's punched clear. And it's Tatu in the far side. He goes out.
That again, that's good from Beograd. It just swarmed by 3 players. Amlani Tatu, they know the threat that he poses.
Here's Adelaide United again. Joey Garuccio hasn't been in it much this first half. 23 minutes in. Garuccio's been fairly quiet.
Yeah, and he's
swapped over though, hasn't he?
He's operated more centrally as kind of like a number 10 to start the game, but looks like they've kind of swapped him and Battistella now, so he'll play in more a familiar role out wide on the right.
They're swapping back now.
Yeah, and
just as you've said it.
There you go. But who knows? That might develop as the game goes on. Of course, anyone tuning in for the first time, Joey Garuccio is the cousin of Ben Garuccio, of course, A-League player for Western United.
Here's Manuel Nicola now racing in. He's got Battistella and Garuccio in the middle. He goes low, Battistella misses, so does Garuccio, and it's cleared by FK Beograd. And United should maybe have done better with that. Well, not maybe, they should definitely have done better with that.
Well, Battistella actually did a great job of keeping up with the play. It was a great ball over the top and behind. Here goes Amlani Tatu.
Looks to get his cross in, does so with his right foot. Cleared Lynch, eventually it comes down to Manuel Nicola. Here he is with the ball now. Comes out to Garuccio. Goes inside. Vinko Stanisic. Garuccio. They find a little bit of space in the middle of the park. Kasimovic.
Feels like we're slowly transitioning to a period where Adelaide United might be able to get some control now.
Well, you know, you wonder if maybe they just need to hold on to the ball for a little bit, string some passes together and keep possession, and they've lost it again. And it's Natsiopoulos again, racing forward. He's got Riley Stam, but that's all he's got. He flicks it through to him, but it's too long, and it'll go all the way through, and it's picked up by Max Vertuli.
Yep, it's kind of the story of the first quarter of the game for Beograd, winning the ball in really good areas, not making the most of it. And likewise, Adelaide United have been, pretty sloppy. I mean, maybe a bit of a commentator's curse there, David, a moment ago. On Vinko Stanisic.
Yes. I think these guys must listen to what we say. They're playing a joke on us here. 25 minutes gone. Ethan Harrington here. You're watching the RA NPL match here between Adelaide United and FK Beograd. Scores currently nothing each on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Here's Amlani Tatu on the far side. Edge of the box. Will he cut onto his right? He does. Goes back on his left. Gets a shot in. It's low. It's also a little bit weak and it's way off target, but Battistella's going to keep it in. Comes inside. Garuccio river dances his way past a few opponents. Get his cross in with his left foot. But after all that magic, the final ball is, well, wasteful, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Well, that was the only issue with it, was that final ball, but my word. The two little spins there from Joey Garuccio, that was exceptional work in a tight area on this right-hand side. One thing about this Adelaide United team, which is interesting to pick up on, they don't really have a recognised number 9. Battistella is probably the closest thing to that, but he's been operating more out wide here in this first half, so probably got to remember that when they are looking to get balls in the box and build up play. They don't really have that focal point up front to go to. A lot of players who want the ball to feet, try and make things happen from a deeper position.
I think you're right in that assessment. I mean, Luke Dazell's up there just now, but he's not an out-and-out striker either, is he? So
no.
You get another tick for your observations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm still mesmerised by that piece of skill from Joey Garuccio. That's probably the best piece of skill I've seen in the NPL so far this season. That was unbelievable.
To have a wee sit down. I'll have to get you back up in a couple of minutes, but once you've recovered from it. But yeah, it was magic. But I still think if you're going to do the magic, you have to do the simple stuff as well. And that last ball, the final ball, was, well, it wasn't good. But Adelaide United, I think over the last 5-10 minutes, just come into this a little bit. They've gained a little bit more composure on the ball. They're stringing some passes together and they're maintaining possession. And they've maybe been a little less sloppy over the last 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, and I think that's maybe contributed to them just sort of lifting their game a little bit, and it's maybe a more even contest now.
Well, that half chance, or I'd probably call it a chance they had a moment ago, that low-driven cross that two of the players, I think it was Battistella and Tatu, couldn't get a tap in, get on the end of it. That was kind of a little warning, wasn't it, for Beograd?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here they go again.
There's Amlani Tatu. In the middle, he's got Battistella and he has Nicola. But he's held on to it, and now Beograd are getting back in numbers. On his right, finds Nicola. Nicola's first touch is good, but then his final touch blazed over the bar. And another chance goes a begging.
Well, And Lani Tatu, it's probably the third time in the last 10 minutes that he's been able to get off the shoulder and in behind. And Joey Garuccio was just at the top of the box there, and I think he was demanding the ball, and he's actually had a go at him afterwards when Nicholas hit it over the bar, because if Tatu had seen him there, he could have cut it back, and first time shot for a left footer there too. So, yeah, just not quite on the same wavelength there.
Oxenham with the goal kick now for FK Beograd. Was it Adelaide City last year, of course. Then was supposed to be going to Europe or something, and then turned up here.
Yeah, look, I'm not
maybe got on the wrong plane or something.
not too sure the specifics of what happened there, but yeah, I'm sure Beograd. Oh,
that's a fairly strong tackle there, yeah, and a deserved booking, I think, for.
Lorenzo Baselli there.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah.
I'm at last week's game here. Lorenzo Baselli with a yellow card, 28 minutes gone, and deservedly so, I think.
Well, that's what Fazo Kasimovic brings to the table. He's very, very accomplished with the ball at his feet, and when he sees the space, he will drive forward with it. That's a real big attribute for a centre back to have. Drive in the midfield, pick up a foul, get a player on a yellow card. But yeah, I don't think Beograd are complaining too much about whatever happened with Dakota Oxenham's overseas plan. They've got a quality goalkeeper now.
No, not at all, and he is a quality goalkeeper, as you say. I feel a little bit, I suppose, for Jamie Signorelli, the reserve goalkeeper for Beograd, but you know, you wonder how much game time he'll get in the first team with Dakota Oxenham in between the sticks for Beograd. But here they come again. Stam plays it out wide, and that's Theopolis on the far side, I think, with a cross into the middle. And Baselli with a header that's just off the bar, goes over the top, and he can't believe he's not got that in target. He didn't quite get above it though, did he?
Well, Natsiopoulos here, there and everywhere.
He's a right winger, central defender, midfielder, holding six and striker.
He'll just do everything for this team.
Yeah.
And not just that, but the quality of that cross was superb.
Yeah.
It just kind of hung in the air a little bit too long. It didn't really dip down. And Baselli's obviously not the tallest player, so a bit difficult to kind of get up and down with the header. Still hit the crossbar, so warning sign for Adelaide United. Game just slowly maybe opening up a bit more here.
Little chip into the middle again. Baselli is the target from the Riley Stam cross as the two of them try to combine. But Beograd pressed up again, as you can see here. Well, we can see, and the camera might not be so obvious, but Adelaide United coming forward.
Well, they pressed up there, but then Garuccio was able to pick up the ball in between the lines, like I was mentioning earlier. So there is that sort of risk reward of that high press that you're always playing when you adopt it. Here he is again.
Yeah, and that's Theopolis. This time he's what's he now, a dribbler?
It's just done the Joey Garuccio skill move, and he's won a free kick. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Brilliant stuff.
Made Luke Dizelle look a little bit average there, to be honest, and wins the free kick for FK Beograd on the far side.
I mean, I think we'd have to say he's probably been the best player on the pitch so far in this first 30 minutes.
I would agree with you. Yeah, I don't really see don't see anyone who's just been at that level. As the free kick comes in, it's long, comes right out to the back to Kostadopoulos. He faces Nicola, but he gets his cross in, goes into the middle, and it's a Jared Clark header to the far post. You don't see that very often, and it's 1-0 FK Beograd.
What a header from Jared Clark. That is perfectly placed. And it's the second phase from a free kick. It was actually over here to begin with from Jason Konstantopoulos. And then I actually think it was Kristen Konstantopoulos who then put the second cross back in. Perfectly placed cross, even better placed header from Jared Clark. All he just did was just flick it. He used the pace of the ball there. Vartuli, no chance. 1-0 Beograd.
Yeah, just to the inside of that post as well. That's a cracker. Oh, beautiful header. Well done, Jared Clark. And it's 1-0 FK Beograd. And I don't know, I feel that's probably a fair reflection of play. I mean, Adelaide United were coming back into it through a period between sort of 25 and 35 minute mark. Well, not even there yet, sorry. But for me, Adelaide United were coming into it, but FK Beograd probably being the better of the two through the first half and get themselves in front.
I think probably the point is more probably a little bit surprised that Beograd have scored now and not maybe in that first sort of 15-20 when they had a bit more control of the game. So, but you know, all it takes is one set piece, doesn't it? So that's what they've been able to manufacture. Just splendid header from Jared Clark. And I mentioned earlier, you're coming off 2 losses, you get the first goal, now they've got something to hold on to and fight for.
Here's Tatu now with the ball at his feet. Little chip into the middle, but it's far too close to Dakota Oxenham, and he takes it quite comfortably. Adelaide United will now be ruining those earlier chances when they had those little chances in front of goal, the free kicks, the cross in from Joey Garuccio, and then there was a third one as well. So you know, they'll be wondering, you know, will that have a bearing at the end of this match when they're now 1-0 down?
Well, I think Adelaide United have probably gotten in behind FK Beograd a bit more often than Beograd have gotten in behind Adelaide United. As I say that, they play a ball in behind.
Riley Stam's onto it, but he doesn't get there first, and it comes to Vertuli, who clears straight up the middle to Lynch. And he's got Natsiopoulos on his back, and he wants to get rid of it as quickly as he can, I think. And it comes back to Vertuli.
Natsiopoulos, when he plays like he did this similar sort of performance when they played Raiders at home in the derby last year, where he just plays like he's a man possessed. And when he gets in this sort of mood, he just inspires the rest of his team and elevates them big time. And now, like I said, they've got something to hold on to here. They're going to grow in a little bit of confidence now, Beograd. This is a crucial 10 or so minutes for Adelaide United.
Natsiopoulos is still up front. I don't know, they actually swapped him, or has he just drifted up there? They haven't actually. Have they swapped him? Maybe they've put him up there.
I think what they're doing is in the pressing structure in that 4-4-2 is Harrington does well to deal with that ball.
And none clears.
In that 4-4-2 pressing structure, they've actually got Natsiopoulos. Actually, it might have just been him covering for Baselli.
Yeah, total football.
Yeah.
He's gone back into midfield now.
I mean, we've been speaking about the N'Golo Kante-esque half that he's had so far. One of the spectators almost got hit in the ball. That's
nearly took 4 of them out.
Yeah, that's one of the dangers of NPL spectating. Might catch a stray ball.
Oh, Nunn's missed it, and a wee chance, half chance for Garuccio. Jared Clark watched it go into Oxenham's hands, and Beograd are safe again. Konstantopoulos goes back to Natsiopoulos. Harrington, little chip, right idea, poor in the end though, and it's collected and by Satiri Phyllis and played back to his goalkeeper Vertuli.
I think if there's one player on the pitch for Beograd who might be a little bit frustrated with how things are going, it's probably Riley Stam. He's kind of feeding on scraps, isn't he, at the moment? Hasn't really been involved in their build-up play much at all.
Stella deemed to have been fouled by Konstantopoulos. A little involuntary noise from you suggests that you maybe thought that was a little bit harsh, but
yeah, look, at the Beograd players haven't really protested it much. I thought maybe Konstantopoulos won the ball there, but at the end of the day, it's not a free kick in too dangerous a position.
No. But here's Amlani Tatu, who has the potential to create danger. Makes his way into the edge of the box, goes left, goes right, and eventually just that heavy touch for him, and it goes out. It's a goal kick for Dakota Oxenham to take for FK Beograd. 36 minutes gone.
Yeah, he's done well in a few of those 1v1 situations. Amlani Tatu. There's probably a couple times though where he has done a little bit too much. Maybe, you know, you've come out of the A-League squad, and maybe he's just trying to prove himself a little bit today. But we know the quality that he's got. If he can do the simple things right, get past his marker, whip in the quality that he's got, it's going to be good for this team. Here they go. It's a foul.
And another yellow card. This was for Cooper Nunn.
I think, is it for Cooper Nunn or Natsiopoulos?
I felt he was looking at Nunn.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a note that it's Nunn. And if I'm wrong, well, I can't do anything about it, can I? But that's what I'm committing to.
No problem. I'll follow your lead.
Free kick. Ludizel over it again. This is his 3rd free kick, but this time he's a little bit closer in. Same sort of angle. First one he hit hard, didn't he? The second one he tried to put in low for a header, a glancing header, should I say, and see what he does with this one.
Well, Beograd have not put. Usually, we see in these situations when it's this close, Beograd will put a defender under the wall, but they haven't. I wonder if he goes low here, Duzel.
Duzel with the free kick. It's just a little bit high and it goes over, but I think Oxenham, all 7 foot of them, had that covered.
Yeah, so he went over the wall. Of course, that's a difficult spot, isn't it? Because you have to get it up and down.
Yeah, that's the
straight away.
Yeah.
But they usually call it the draft excluder, behind the wall, on the ground, lying down. It's a new tactic.
You don't really see it so much in local football, though, do you?
Yeah. I'm not too sure.
You certainly see it in you'll see it in internationals, and
maybe these guys just don't want to get hit by the ball if they go low.
As long as you're resting in your arm as well, it can't be handball, right? Because you're supporting yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And usually when you're behind the wall and you're on the ground like that, you will have your arms behind your side, so they can't give that a handball. It's better from Adelaide United since the goal.
Yeah, here they come again. Tattoo into the middle. Garucio's there. Doesn't quite get it. Oxenham's out quick and he gets it.
That's really good goalkeeping by Dakota Oxenham. Took control of the situation straight away.
Goes long. Constantopoulos. Harrington in the overlap. His first touch was just a wee bit too heavy, but that's a heavy pass back as well by Nicola, and United live. Battistella now. Another former Adelaide City player from last year, obviously made the move over.
There we go.
United side, and what a clip there, that'll be another yellow card.
Luke Duzel there?
Well, the first digit is 2, but I can't see what the second one is.
Yeah, number 23, yep, Luke Duzel.
So he picks up a yellow card for the tackle on Baselli.
So Baselli on Natsiopoulos?
No, I'm pretty sure it was on Baselli.
Yeah.
You can't give Natsiopoulos the
well, that's
absolutely everything.
That's why I assumed. That's why I assumed, because he's just been involved in every single challenge in this first half.
Alexander Banjak's over the ball now for FK Beograd. They're a long way out, so you would imagine it'll be chipped into the air with the intent of someone getting onto the end of it with their head. It is indeed. Clark and Natsiopoulos were targets there, didn't quite get to them, and it comes out. The throw in for FK Beograd. Looks like Harrington will take this throw in.
Yeah, you mentioned Battistella, of course, was in around the Adelaide City first team last year. And you've got an ex-Adelaide City striker against an ex-Adelaide City goalkeeper on opposing sides tonight. Former teammates.
Yep. Breaks down the right-hand side. Cross eventually comes in. But Kasimovic gets a foot to it.
Beograd are winning all the 50-50s at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
The duels, they're first at everything. Banyak didn't seem like he had a right to get on the end of that ball there, but he did. Good cross. It's a crucial 5 minutes for Adelaide United.
Yeah,
concede a second here and the game really starts to slip away.
Corner kick for FK Beograd. Left foot in swinger. Goes towards the front post, it's flicked on. Selly with it, leaves it. Nearly a trip, but United come away with it. Amlani Tattoo in the far side. Playing very well with all that A-League experience he's got now. He's come out differently, but Constantopoulos makes sure the clearance, and that's gone into car park 5, I think.
When in doubt, kick it in the car park.
Yeah.
No nonsense, that.
No, make sure.
I almost felt a little bit like kind of sick of the sight of Amlani Tatu with his wizardry and cutting inside.
That's right.
Just kick the ball out.
Yeah. Doesn't really waste time these days though, because there's that many balls. I mean, when I was a youth, we had one ball. I mean, that's how internationals were played. There was one ball, and the ball boys had to run and chase it. There wasn't any more than that. They might have had a spare one in the change room that they would bring out, but even international games, we only had one ball.
Now we've got, well, definitely at the highest level, you got ball boys everywhere, and they've even got cones now where they'll put the spare balls on top of.
Yeah. Here's Lynch. He's been a little bit quiet over the last 15-20 minutes, and his pass is very heavy. Nicola gets to it though, aims for Battistella. Beograd win it. Nunn's pass is somewhat wayward, and United win it back. Stanisic now. And Beograd compressing again, closing that space down, and they've won a corner for it. Great endeavour. 3 minutes to half time.
Yeah, that was the brothers there. Konstantopoulos boys leading the press, winning a corner. They've really, since the goal, just kind of grown a bit more confidence, like I thought might happen. But you're right, Henry Lynch, yeah, probably not his best game so far. But even just the whole Adelaide United midfield, they're just getting kind of bullied at the moment in this first half. And as we've mentioned, Natsiopoulos, but not even just Natsiopoulos. I think some of the other boys in there, Kristen and Nathan Konstantopoulos and Jason, sorry. Not Nathan. Nathan used to play for Adelaide United.
That's all right. Cross comes out the middle, flicked over. Adelaide United have it. Batistella was a little unable to control his header and comes to FK Beograd. Heavy touch by Banjak. As he chips it forward, it goes out. Without contact from an opponent, and it's an Adelaide United throw-in. Malawal Nicola with it. Goes line. Harrington deals. Nicola still has it. Comes out to Dizelle. He goes to the far side to Fabian Taladera. We haven't talked about him much either.
No, and Beograd have actually had a bit of joy.
Down that right-hand side.
Yeah, down that right-hand side. And Taladera, he had a bit of a baptism of fire in the A-League men's team in a game against Sydney FC away recently, where he had to play in that left-back role. And he struggled a little bit, as here they go, it's a great ball.
Batistella, yeah, right through the middle. He hasn't got anyone in support. And FK Beograd tidy up. Another clearance that, well, was very defined, wasn't it? There was no...
Yeah, I think it was Duzelle or Lynch. Really clever little flick in there to just completely open the game up. But good recovery from the Beograd defence. But yeah, Taladera, even at the Asian Cup with the Young Socceroos, there were a couple games where probably left wanting a little bit defensively, but he's obviously a very good player on the ball and can offer something for them going forward. But yeah, Beograd are having a little bit of joy down that side.
Jared Clark now looked like he might have been caught out, but he tidies up well, and Oxenham clears for FK Beograd. Comes to Adelaide United though. Got to go all the way back. Dizelle on the far side. Solid enough tackle though by Massimo Falco. And United have the throw-in. As we tick over the 45 minutes, it shouldn't be too long added on. Maybe a goal celebration, and we did have an injury to
Ninko Beric, yeah.
Ninko Beric, who's left the field. Only about 6 minutes in.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that, but he was of course on the bench in the derby. Got a starting spot today, and then to come off injured be incredibly frustrating for him.
Yeah. He's another who's FK Beograd through and through, really, isn't he?
Definitely.
And FK Beograd have the free kick. 45 minutes is up. Probably have, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 minutes, you think?
Oh, I wouldn't say any more than 2, surely. Let's see.
Big here's Riley Stam on the far side. Goes back. Cross comes in, it's low. Yep, offside given. Offside given, and Adelaide United have the kick.
Yep, Kristen Konstantopoulos just drifting a little bit too far there.
Phyllis now goes central. Joey Garucci with a nice little flick. Alex Batistella makes his way in the middle of the park, but he ran into Jared Clark. And eventually Nunn clears. Here's Baselli. Nice little flick. He's got the ball, and they've given him some space as well, so he's got time to think about what he wants to do. Opts to come inside to Natsiopoulos, who's also got a little bit of space. He races forward. He plays it out wide to Konstantopoulos. Konstantopoulos with a left foot cross. Gets another chance at it. Thanks very much, he says, but Malawal Nicola makes amends. And United come away with it. Here's Batistella. Nicola. And they can't work the triangle because that press is too good again from FK Beograd.
That's superb pressing.
And it's a throw-in, yep.
Yeah, from FK Beograd. Yeah, you're right, David. Those triangles, that's what these Adelaide United boys are doing every day at training. Rondos, triangles to get out of pressure, but they just can't at the moment.
Well, that's it, and referee Christian Verdicchio has blown his whistle for half-time. It's 1-0 for FK Beograd on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. You're watching the RAA NPL South Australia match here between Adelaide United and FK Beograd. Your thoughts in the first half, Christian? A penny for your thoughts.
Yeah, I think relatively even, but probably slightly edged by FK Beograd, not just in terms of play, but also in the end on the scoreboard as well. Fantastic header from Jared Clark to open the scoring, and Adelaide United definitely with more thinking to do at half-time.
I would absolutely agree with that summation. I think you've hit the nail on the head, and I think FK Beograd probably 1-0 up, probably a fair reflection on play, but you and I have to go into the club rooms now and enjoy a little cup of tea and a scone, and we sit down.
I'm going to get a water.
You're going to get a water, okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks. Christian's off to get a water. I'm off to get a cup of tea and a scone. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We've got the second half not that far away.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ball now. Just has a shot. Oh, I think that's in. What a goal. There you go. And the first goal of the year.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City. for Fulham. Saved by Johnson. And then a second hit, Johnson again.
On the back of the announcement of the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, which will see 19 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would the kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on a team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given the professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resies, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the preseason.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
I think Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture. We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks, are getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Hello folks, welcome back to Service FM Stadium here at Jeps Cross in sunny Adelaide. Sunny, beautiful, warm Adelaide. It still must be about 24 degrees here. And welcome back to the second half of this RAA NPL match between Adelaide United and visiting FK Beograd. FK Beograd are 1-0 up on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. A goal from Jared Clark midway through the first half. FK Beograd probably the better of the two sides through that first half. And probably 1-0 is a fair reflection of play. I'm your host, David Grant. I'll be taking you through the next 45 minutes with my new best friend, Christian Marchetti. Christian, how was your glass of water?
It was actually a bottle of water, yeah.
Bottle of water.
And actually, I got two because I knew I was going to smash one. So
yeah,
I've got a second one waiting for me at the end of the half. So
well,
excellent.
Second half about to start. It looks like Adelaide United might have a change. FK Beograd look like they're still the same side. We do have Cooper Nunn's girlfriend, Poppy Randall, watching in the United States. Hello, Poppy. The family were asking for you after one of the members of the entourage was nearly hit by the ball through that first half and was caught on camera. Anyway, second half just about to get underway. Christian Verdicchio with the whistle at his lips.
Yep, and David, yeah, to your point around substitutions, Adelaide United did make one. Brody Burkett, who's actually about to kick us off, he came on for, I think, Vinko Stanisic. So that's a more attacking change for sure from Adelaide United. So maybe a slight change in shape or even just some players changing positions for this second half. Ayrton Andrioli not messing around with an attacking change, so...
And maybe a show of intent as well as we get underway here. Here's Amlani Tatu now in this near side. Goes back to Taladera.
Yeah, so it just looks like basically Henry Lynch is now going to play a little bit deeper than what he did in the first half, sort of screening the back four just in front. And Luke Duzel dropping a little bit deeper too.
And here is Lynch exchanging passes with Kasimovic. And eventually ends up with Taladera. And that's Theopolis on the ball already. Can't quite get the pass through to Baselli, and Adelaide United win it. Long ball to the far side for Alex Battistella to chase. He's quick, isn't he? Has he kept that in? That's amazing. Still has it at his feet. Goes back to Maluel Nicola. Here's Lynch. Battistella again. And they're straight on to FK Beograd. I mean, they missed the tackle there, but...
lovely turn.
A show of intent anyway.
Lovely turn there by Henry Lynch.
Luke Dizelle weighs up his options. Makes his way into the box. Comes back to Tatu. Not a lot of space, gets the shot in, but really it's quite comfortably taken by Dakota Oxenham.
Yep, that's what he can do, Amlani Tatu. If he's afforded just a moment of space in and around the box, he's going to shoot. Pretty comfortable, like you said, David.
Well, they didn't give him a lot of space. I mean, he was finding it really hard to create the space to get his shot in, and of course that makes the angles really difficult. You can only shoot where the gaps are, and if there aren't many gaps, it limits your options. But he did well enough, but FK Beograd defending in numbers just too good.
Yeah, they've defended their penalty area well, haven't they? Even when Adelaide United have been able to get in behind. But I think for Adelaide United, I think one of the main points in Ayrton Andrioli's team talk would have been around just winning the first ball, winning duels, imposing themselves physically a bit more. You know, this is a pretty physical team, even for Adelaide United, for a youth team, I'd say. A lot of physical attributes in some of their players.
Chip forward, it's gone over the top. Riley Stam with a little half chance, doesn't quite make contact. And it's out. Christian Verdicchio was awarded a goal kick. Stam questions that.
Yeah, I think that's a right decision.
It looked like it came off an Adelaide United player to me, but...
Okay, well, I'm just thinking that the ball kind of went forward and probably came off Stam, but Adelaide United coming straight back.
Yep, here's Tatu at the edge of the box, goes inside. His feet everywhere there. Eventually breaks to Lynch. Lynch goes to Alex Battistella on the far side. He unleashes. Dakota Oxenham hasn't quite got his hand to it, and it comes back to...
Oh, my goodness.
Came back to Lynch, and it went out. What did it hit?
That's one of the best goal line clearances I've ever seen from Jared Clark. How's he done that?
Was it?
Yeah, it was Jared Clark. I think it was Henry Lynch just came onto the loose ball. He's just absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, it was Lynch's shot.
Yeah, going for pure power. And Jared Clark, David, you're right. I don't think he knew anything about that.
You know what? It might have been Brodie Burkett. It was,
yeah.
It was very quick. But,
could have been.
It's a corner kick either way, and United have it. Left foot in swinger. Flops all the way through to the middle. Pops back out. It's Taladera on his left foot. Can't quite get his body around it. Lynch misses it. And FK Beograd come away. And guess who's got the ball? Natsiopoulos. Charging forward. It's 3v3. Plays in Konstantopoulos. The ball's just held up ever so slightly. But Konstantopoulos made away in the box now. He gets a little chip shot with his left foot, but it's blocked by Vertuli. Although it's hit straight at him.
Well.
And United breathe again.
With a basketball 90 seconds there. Totally end to end. Didn't really see any sort of passages like that in the first half. That chaotic. First, Riley Stam almost got in behind, led to a goal kick. Then we had the crazy goal line clearance, and then Konstantopoulos did absolutely brilliantly there to get around Nicola. Here they come again, maybe.
Maybe not. Adelaide United have it. Tattoo. Natsiopoulos. Plays none. Comes to Clark. It's played out to Alexander Banjak. FK Beograd were nearly in.
Yep, just went on the same wavelength. Stam and Baselli there.
They haven't quite clicked for me, have they? I mean, they've just, you know, they've done all right in patches, but as a partnership, it just hasn't quite clicked tonight.
Yeah, like we said at the start, Baselli's obviously a new player. Kristen Konstantopoulos, I think it was Kristen who came over in the off-season, so he's new as well. Might have been Jason, could be wrong on that one, but yeah, Riley Stam's new as well, so a few new players in that attack still need to gel.
Tattoo with a cross into the middle, blocked by Nunn and cleared by Natsiopoulos, but only as far as Lynch. Lynch finds Taladera. Tala is the cry. Here's Amlani Tattoo now with it, just in the byline. Eventually they opt to play back and rebuild. Tira Phyllis. Lynch. He's dropped deep there to collect that. And Lani Tattoo now in the byline. Skips past Gazelle. Goes to Lynch. And over to Nicola on the far side. Back with Lynch. Pressing and probing Adelaide United, trying to find the gaps. But FK Beograd not giving much away there and clear the lines.
Yeah, it could have been a foul in there on Brodie Burkett.
From Natsiopoulos?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit over exuberant with his hands. This is better from Adelaide United, and now they're actually a bit of sustained possession in the Beograd half. This is how they want to play, of course.
I felt the first half when Adelaide United did get the ball and did hold on to it, they looked a better side. When they controlled it and held on to possession.
Well, that's what they want to do, right? They want to dominate the ball, but it's got to be with purpose and actually with some substance at the end of it. And that's what they lacked in the first half. And actually, you know, like we're saying, they really succumbed to Beograd's pressure quite badly in that first half. But so far in the second half, a little bit better.
Taladera with it now, just inside his own half. Chips it forward, right through the middle. And Brodie Burkett was the target. He got his head to it, but he was in an offside position. As judged by the assistant, Dion Turner and Thomas Temby, the two assistants tonight. For which I'm sure Christian Verdicchio was eternally grateful. Jared Clark now with the free kick. Chips it up. Taladera and Harrington. But Garuccio ends up with it for Adelaide United. Garuccio again, chips it into the middle. Nice little twist and turn, and Amlani Tattoo's in with a wee half chance here. Doesn't quite make contact with the ball, but it's followed up. Joey Garuccio's put the ball into the back of the net, and it's 1-0. Christian, it's 1-0.
It's 1-0.
Wow.
And something out of nothing, really, for Adelaide United.
but good pressure, and
Yeah.
Adelaide United have started the second half. We're only 5 minutes into it or so, but Adelaide United have started the second half very strongly, and that goal's probably a fair reflection of their efforts or their endeavours through these first minutes of the second half.
And we're saying how I think they really dealt with, well, Beograd actually just haven't really been as aggressive with their pressure to start the half. That time there, though, Brody Burkett, lovely little flick around the corner to open everything up. And Lani Tatu is going to get there with his speed, but it was actually a great tackle. I'm not too sure who it was there last ditch, but then it broke for Joey Garuccio, and that's an easy tap in. And man, that's frustrating for Beograd because, you know, they've worked really well in that first half.
Yeah.
To get themselves in front and then to really sort of concede a bit of a soft goal like that.
They'll be disappointed. 53 minutes gone, so we're 8 minutes into this second half, and that's a hammer blow for FK Beograd. But you know, there's long enough left that they can get something back out of this. And you know, watching them when they played Croatia a couple of weeks ago, I felt Beograd were probably the better side in that, and just didn't take advantage of their build-up and weren't clinical enough in front of goal. As Baselli makes his way through into the penalty box, finds a little bit of space for Konstantopoulos at the edge of the box. He gets his right foot shot in. It's deflected. And Bartuli, I think that might have snuck out.
Yeah, he had it momentarily there, Bartuli, but then he just took his eye off the ball for a moment, went out for a corner. Yeah, David, I think that Raiders game, they had little spells where they controlled the game in terms of possession, but they didn't really create anything of substance. So it's kind of been a little bit similar tonight, where we've been saying how their pressure in the first half was so good, but ultimately, did it really lead to many chances and shots on goal? Not really. So that's kind of a bit of a barrier for them at the moment, Beograd.
Kristen Konstantopoulos with the corner now for FK Beograd. He goes short, receives it back, and Joey Garuccio, still probably buzzing from that goal of 2 minutes ago, races away with it. But Beograd are back in numbers, defending well. Jared Clark doesn't quite get his shoe to that. United win the ball. Satira Phyllis plays it over to Malawal Nicola. He makes his way down the right-hand side. Duzel plays it back to Nicola, and he plays it back again, but receives it. And he's onside here on the far side. I think it's Battistella. Overruns it, and it goes out by a goal kick.
Gotta say, I think Brody Burkett has had a really positive influence since coming on at half-time. And we're talking in that first half about how they seem to just be lacking a bit of a focal point, and he's sort of provided that for them so far in the second half. Been very lively, energetic.
Cry for hands in the back, but it's not given, and FK Beograd come away with it. There's Adopoulos racing down the far side, but the ball has outraced him and it's gone out. It's a throw-in which has been taken already.
But, you know, they come away with it there, like you said, but then they literally, the first pass after, they give it away. And that's just, you know, that can't happen if they want to get back in front in this game, Beograd. They've got to keep the ball better. They've got to create something when they get in good areas.
Throw in the far side now. Here's Alex Battistella. Didn't quite get it. Cooper Nunsen got his foot to it, but it's come off an opponent, and it's a throw in for FK Beograd on the far side. Baselli, nice turn. Judged the ball, or the flight of the ball very well. Massimo Falco now with it. Cuts inside. Forced back. Banjak. Baselli. Make it way to the byline, gets the cross in, but it's too near the goalkeeper, and there's no strikers there anyway. And Max Fartuli collects.
Yeah, Baselli looks the most likely, doesn't he, for Beograd to just create something, bit of a moment of quality. Always. He goes down now behind play. It was Henry Lynch. Christian Vidiko's happy with everything there. We go on.
Yeah, we play on. Yeah, Cooper Nunn clears. Baselli is still on the ground, holding his head.
Well, if it's a head injury, usually the game's got to stop, but they're still playing here.
Yep. They're playing through, and Riley stands right through the middle with his left foot, takes a shot, and it's held. It's not held, it's just held. Max Vertuli with really quite an incredible save. And I just didn't know where that ball was going, folks. I'm sorry, but Riley Stam had the chance there. Really, probably should have done better on his left foot, and he knows it too. He's frustrated with himself for that in 58 minutes.
Oh, just a bizarre sequence, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we
were
distracted with what was happening with Baselli.
Well, and I think Satiri Phillips was a little bit distracted by it, because then Riley Stam just ran off his shoulder and got him behind. I wonder if he was expecting the referee to stop the game as well. Oh, great press.
Here they come, Adelaide United, making their way to the edge of the box. Lynch twists, turns, breaks to Amlani Tatu. He's not sure what to do with it. Gives it back to Lynch. And another stab off the line, stave off the line by FK Beograd, and they come away. Baselli can't quite get the ball under. Runs into Lynch, and those two are having a little fight just now. And that's a heck of a shot there by Luke Dazelle from distance.
My goodness, David, we've had some crazy passages in this second half. My word.
I'm still trying to catch up with what happened 5 minutes ago.
I know. And then a second goal line clearance from a Beograd player in this second half. But Adelaide United, he's just waiting for someone to shoot the ball in that whole sequence. They're playing like a little rondo in the 6-yard box.
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then Tatu, eventually they worked it back, and Burkett just tried to go for power, and he picked the one guy who was on the goal line. Unbelievable sequence, that. It's going to be handball, yep. And then we completely forgot about Duzelle just
with his
having a casual half volley, which almost dipped into the top corner.
Yeah. I think it was Harrington that stopped off the line. I'm trying to see I think it's Harrington that's made the block on the line. Here he is now, gets his head to the ball there as FK Beograd look to try and build, but it's gone out. Adelaide United throw-in, but I think Harrington's the player that's cleared off the line.
Yeah, well, even if it wasn't, he's probably one of the changes that Adrian Deloya made that's definitely paid dividends. He's been very solid defensively tonight.
Throughout the game too, not just recently, just throughout the game.
But I mean, Adelaide United have definitely been the better team since half-time. But in saying that, Riley Stam, of course, just had that chance moments ago, which was a great save by Vartuli at close range. So even though they're dominating more with the ball and definitely starting to create chances, they are still leaving the back door open a little bit here.
Yeah, they are.
It feels like there's a couple more goals in this, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I couldn't pick a winner. Could you? It could be either of them at this stage.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a free kick. Comes in, it's right up the back of the post. Cleared. Stams onto Nicola. Doesn't quite get it. Nicola gets the better of him and beats 3 players with that pass to Battistella. He's in back here.
Yeah. Yeah, they've obviously got him.
Must have him back there for the set piece. But anyway, Battistella's making his way forward now. Garuccio has the ball though. And Battistella's in front of him. Lynch, Battistella. Lynch can't quite get his foot onto it. It's blocked. Riley Stam has the ball at his feet eventually, but he's facing a wall of red players. Goes out to the far side, Konstantopoulos. There's 3 in the middle. He opts to go to the back post. Falco didn't get the header right, pushed it well wide. But another chance for FK Beograd.
Yep, and it's a great cross in the end by Jason Konstantopoulos. And Falco there, I wonder if he thought maybe Taladero was actually going to get to the ball and clear it. Almost looked like he wasn't ready for the header there. But like we said, back door still open for Beograd. When they come forward, they still look a threat.
Going a little bit of aggro there between Harrington and Tatu. Malawal Nicola fancies his chances of getting involved, and Christian Vidicke was already reaching for his pocket and watching everything that's going on.
Well, this feels like a build-up of a couple of things, doesn't it? Let's see what the outcome is here. Bit of a melee at the moment.
Yeah, look, Vidicke was refereeing it well. He's just staying a few yards back and watching it all, taking it all in.
Looks like Natiopoulos got in there quickly as the enforcer.
Baselli's in there too, being asked to take a few steps back.
Well, that felt
in fact,
like...
I can hear Christian Verdicchio from here.
Yeah. He's going to talk to his assistant now. That felt like it stemmed from that earlier incident with Baselli and Lynch. Maybe a bit of frictions just developed from there. And then Tatu didn't like the close attention he got from Harrington there. And a lot of the Adelaide United boys, we do have to remember, they are quite young, 17, 18. At this age, they are going to be a bit quicker to react to some of that close attention than maybe some more senior players, which is totally natural.
Free kick anyway. I don't think any cards have been handed out, but there's still a discussion going on over on that far side.
Yeah, usually in these situations you'll kind of see a card each on either side. Maybe Harrington and Tatu will get a booking each. Let's see what they do here.
Christian Verdicchio just makes his way into the penalty box. Singles out his victim, and
it's Harrington. Yep.
Harrington receives a yellow card, and then he makes his way over to
Brody Burkett there.
Brody Burkett, yeah.
Yep.
Brody Burkett persisting.
Brody Burkett. Well, it must have been in the melee, because I think Brody Burkett was in the middle of the pitch when that initial tackle happened.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think the initial melee was started as a result of Harrington's engagement with Lynch, but Burkett must have said something or got into the melee.
All right, let's get back into the football.
Yeah, free kick, far side, Adelaide United. Looks like it might be an in-swinger with the left foot. Aim for the penalty spot probably. No, it's outside of the right. Bates to Burkett, little flick over the top. He still has the ball. He seems surprised by that. Comes to Alex Battistella. He goes to the far side. It's chipped into the middle. Oxenham should collect, and he does.
Good plan.
Yep. Baselli goes inside to Konstantopoulos. And the offside flag is up.
Too short. What's going on there? Verdicchio took a while to whistle the actual offside.
Yep. Maybe he hadn't seen it.
Yeah, just saw it late.
65 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard.
Sorry, David. Looks like Adrian Deloya has talked himself into a booking.
Yellow card for the coach for FK Beograd. Yeah, if you just joined us, welcome to the RA NPL match here in South Australia, between Adelaide United and FK Beograd. It's 1-1 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions, and we've got 67 minutes gone. And it's been an entertaining enough game, I think.
Definitely. Oh, definitely the second half.
Yeah,
my word.
Opened right up.
But, yeah, that yellow card there, obviously for dissent for Adrian Deloya, definitely felt like it was coming. Again, started from that little Baselli Lynch incident about 10 minutes ago. And it seems like he's just kind of been in Christian Verdicchio's ear quite a bit with picking it up on the FX mic. Of course, this is a very important game for Beograd. You can feel it.
Yeah, you could argue it's a must-win for them, more so than Adelaide United, but they come into the box. It's Anlani Tatu. Banjak gets a toe in, and he clears it, and it'll be a throw in for Adelaide United. Yeah, I would say more of a must-win for FK Beograd, who come into this on the back of 2 league game losses, and as a result sit 12th in the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to go into a round 3 game saying, oh, it's must-win.
Look, it's very early to talk about must-win games, but I don't think you want to get to your 3rd game in and be the team
that's what I was going to say. That's right. You don't want to start 0-3, right? Because then you're, particularly in a shortened 22-game season, you really are playing catch-up. Nicola there just overrun his touch a little bit late on Jason Konstantopoulos there. Well poised, this game, isn't it?
It is.
Heading into the last quarter of it now.
And we're playing on the Thursday night because of the impending heat wave that's due to hit South Australia. We're going to have some really hot temperatures over the weekend, Friday and Saturday in particular. This game was due to be played tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon really. It was an early game, wasn't it, at Cooper Stadium in Hindmarsh, but moved back to the Thursday night for a cooler day as Riley Stam was looking for it, but he didn't quite get there. Max Vertulli clears. Massimo Falco was the other player. He's about to challenge for the ball here, who had a half chance there for FK Beograd, but the ball bobbles back and forth. Here's Baselli. Taladira. Baselli still has it. Turns nicely. Still has the ball. Goes out. FK Beograd throw. Baselli, an Italian national, but played in the United States at college level for Syracuse, I believe, in the United States.
Yeah, well, he's definitely got that technical foundation, doesn't he?
Still yet to deliver, though, really, in this match. Hasn't quite got the partnership with Stam going, and
yeah,
Adelaide
just
come away
the
with
end
it.
product. Yeah, here they come.
Alex Battistelli with the ball at his feet, but he does have 4 defenders in front of him. Finds Amlani Tatu at the edge of the box. Tatu goes on his left foot, gets the shot in, but it's blocked and it goes out, and all he gets is a throw in.
Yeah, Banyak has done a really good job, even in the moments with Tatu where he has been able to get by in a 1v1 situation. They've done a really good job of just scrambling and recovering. Even when that happens, as Falco, that's a great challenge.
That's a great tackle, all ball, clean as well, wasn't it? Natsiopoulos with the clearance. It's beyond Nicola. And Konstantopoulos chases onto it. He can't quite get to it. Nicola uses the body well, shields it. The United still have possession.
Feels like Christian Vidico is definitely allowing a bit more physicality now, so I think the players probably need to just adapt to it now.
Natsiopoulos now. None. Finds Clark. Tatu's onto him. Clark still has it. Somehow.
We had a pass out here to Banyak, which is completely open, but he tried to play the other way, and again, just overplaying.
Joey Garuccio into the box. That has nipped itself into the back of the net. Little chip over the top. And Adelaide United going to a 2-1 lead. And Brodie Burkett, the substitute, who came on at half-time or just after, has put his team into the lead.
Well, Brodie Burkett has really helped change this game for Adelaide United. And this time, he gets on the end, or capitalises on FK Beograd being the masters of their own demise there. Just overplaying in an area they really didn't need to. And Adelaide United were always going to press aggressively when they saw the opportunity to win the ball. They were able to force a turnover. And Burkett, David, looks like he got the aid of a little deflection there to just loop the ball over Dakota Oxenham. And, well, this game is firmly in Adelaide United's control now.
Yeah, 20 minutes to go in the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard, but I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over, but I think the problem that FK Beograd have got is they just haven't clicked up front, have they? You know, Stam, Baselli, you know, even Falco here. They just haven't quite clicked up front.
They just haven't tested Vartuli enough, have they?
Yeah.
Outside of that Stam opportunity earlier in the half. But Brodie Burkett, who... Oh, there's a little issue with the net.
Yeah, Brodie Burkett's shot apparently has burst the net.
Didn't seem like it was travelling that quickly, but...
oh, it could be deceiving.
Yeah, could be from our position.
We're just having to redo the net. There seems to be an issue with the base of the net that's been picked up by the referees, so that's just being fixed, and play will resume soon enough. But yeah, just to get back to what we were discussing before.
But Burkett, I was just going to say, just the impact he's had, and he almost feels like he's just been told to go out there and just get yourself involved, bring some energy, bring a different energy up front for us, because we just haven't clicked in that first half, and he's just totally sort of brought some of these pieces of the puzzle together for Adelaide United. And David, on Beograd, well, one thing I was going to mention was maybe substitutions. Does Adrian Deloya now look to go to his bench to maybe refresh things in the attacking third? They've got Anthony Trimboli, who's obviously an accomplished attacker at this level. Neon Kuru as well is a midfielder that could just provide some fresh legs for them.
Yeah, Marcus Orch is on there too for about Neon Kuru is another substitute. Zachary Atkinson. Don't know much about Zachary Atkinson myself, but But yeah, I mean, look, there's 18 minutes to go or 17 minutes to go of regulation time, and if he's going to make a change, he'd be wanting to do it fairly soon, wouldn't he? But I sort of feel a little bit for FK Beograd, because as Natsiopoulos has a shot from distance and it's just wide. Not much in that, really, was there?
Well, that would have been a massive coach killer for Ayrton Andrioli. Literally a minute after taking the lead, giving it right back. He just had way too much space there.
Yeah,
outside the box, didn't he, Natsiopoulos? No wonder he's taking a shot. Just wide.
Adelaide United get us back underway. Jared Clark wins that strongly. Still has it. Natsiopoulos pops up again. Has Natsiopoulos been a bit quiet in this half?
I think Adelaide United have definitely evened that midfield battle in the second half for sure.
Kept him quiet, kept the talisman quiet, and as a result, maybe the dictation of play has been incapacitated.
And you know, we mentioned with Stanisic, who came off at half-time, that, you know, they are trying him out in a new role this year in midfield. Maybe they thought, you know what, maybe today might be better to just go with a tried and tested formula with Henry Lynch at the base of midfield, and they have looked a better side since that move has happened. As
Tatu's got the ball now.
Yeah.
I thought he was offside when he received it there, but he's cut inside now. He's on his right foot, gets his shot in, but it's straight down the throat of Oxenham and easily taken.
Well, he didn't really have much support, did he? Had Battistella sort of making some sort of run on that far side, but yeah, well within his right to shoot there. Great ball there to open it up. Beograd are going to start pushing forward, David, aren't they? So there's going to be some space in behind.
Yeah, you would expect so if they want to get something out of this. They've got 15 minutes to try and get something out of this, salvage a point or thrill us and score 2 goals and get the 3 points. Who knows? But I think there's another goal in this,
well,
to be honest.
I think so too. But which way?
Here's Riley Stam now. They're backing off him, giving him an acre space. Now they're stepping up. And a toe in there. And they come in the counter-attacks. Alex Battistella on the right-hand side, 3v3. Goes into the middle. Bodie Burkett was the target, but Oxenham's collected.
Yeah, he went for the killer pass for Burkett at the back post. I wonder if he had his time again there, Battistella, if he just held the ball another second, and Mlani Tatu was drifting to the penalty spot for a cutback. But Henry Lynch a moment ago, winning the ball, winning that 50-50. He's done a much better job just screening the back four in the second half. Looks much more comfortable in that deeper role.
Cross comes in, penalty box. But it's harmless, really. Goes out. Ethan Harrington was the player up there who tried to make contact. But it's a goal. It's a corner.
Looks like Beograd are calling over a substitution. From a very poor view over here, it looks like Neon Kuru, so we'll see if that in fact is him in probably a few minutes' time.
Corner on the far side for FK Beograd. Near to the front, low to the front post. Baselli's on it. And they win another corner.
Well, much better from them since conceding the goal.
Yeah, it's almost like it's motivated them, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. They just kind of started to play a bit more in Adelaide United's half. And this is how you can build a case for an equaliser. Just multiple set pieces, put a bit of extra pressure.
Corner comes back in. This time it's near the goalkeeper. He can't quite get to it, Vartuli. Punch clear. Here's Natsiopoulos. Chips in the middle. Target might have been Stam. It's hard to tell. Too close to the goal, and it's taken quite comfortably, and he goes to ground.
Yep, just overhit that one.
Back underway. Fabian Taladera with it now. Lynch goes back to his goalkeeper. United switch the play. They're on the right-hand side now. Battistella with a nice little touch. Lynch with a bit of a lob over the top for Battistella to chase. He's got to it. Gets inside. Garuccio with a shot that goes out for a corner.
Yep, good block from Cooper Nunn there. Excellent hold-up play there from Alex Battistella, who's, of course, not the most physical player, but he did a really good job there of holding off Ethan Harrington and keeping the attack alive.
We do forget sometimes how young some of these Adelaide United players are. You know, they are kids, really. Lots of teenagers out there. There might be the odd one who's 20, 21. I'm not sure exactly who's what age, but
yeah. Well, of course you got the likes of Duzel and Satiri Phyllis is a little bit older too.
Corner comes in, penalty spot. It's chipped up, and Garuccio gets himself under it, and eventually FK Beograd clear. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, but I think that's actually the reason why if this does turn out to be 3 points to them, it's quite impressive the way they've played through a poor first half and come out the end of it looking pretty good in this second half. That will be really encouraging for Ayrton Andrioli and his coaching staff.
Amlani Tatu playing in the right-hand side just now, but play will be paused with 12 minutes to go for substitution. 2 substitutions, is it?
And it is. Now, Zachary Atkinson, I'm not too sure if I've got my info right here, but I believe he was in the reserves team last year, and from memory, he was one of their better players. So I might be wrong on that, but from memory, if I've got that right, he's a very lively attacking player. So he can offer them something, and it is an attacking change because Jared Clark, the centre-back's coming off, and Neon Kuri's replaced Natiopoulos there for Beograd. Which is interesting. Maybe he's picked up a knock there, the captain. It's a little bit of a strange one.
He was hobbling.
Yeah.
He played a crossfield ball about 5 minutes ago, and he hobbled after it, I noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wouldn't have expected, if he was at full health and full strength and fully fit, you wouldn't expect him to be the substitution. But yeah, attacking changes though, isn't it? It's showing that FK Beograd want to get something out of this.
Yeah, it looks like Neon Kuru will obviously just take, it's a like-for-like change there at the base of midfield. So yeah, that might be a little injury that Natiopoulos is carrying, but definitely an attacking change. The other one with Atkinson coming on for Jared Clark. So Atkinson looks like he's playing off the left-hand side.
And the ball's gone out for a corner there. Falco went for it, made contact with it. And it's a corner kick, which Amlani Tatu is not going to take. He's collected it for Luke Dizelle.
Yeah, it was a bit of a needless corner, wasn't it? Falco just
could have let it go.
Yeah, yeah. Played at the ball, and you run the risk of just making a little bit of contact with your stud.
They've played it short. Tatu has it, goes to the edge of the box. Battistella takes a touch and then a shot. And I don't think you're going to beat a keeper like Oxenham for height, really. You have to go either side, really, don't you?
Yeah, it looked like his first touch let him down there. It looked like the ball was just a little bit behind him when he shot Battistella.
Maybe lacks a bit of confidence with the first timer. You know, a first time shot might have been the order of the day there. Battistella has it again. Sorry.
No, you're good. It starts to feel like we're looking like an Adelaide United third goal as opposed to an equaliser. Here comes Garuccio.
Breaks back to Battistella. Plays in Lynch on the far side. Goes back to Battistella. Back out to Burkett, actually it is. He comes back to Malawal Nicola. Yeah. Adelaide United look to rebuild, maybe switch the play onto the left.
Just feels to me like we feel closer to a third goal for Adelaide United as opposed to an equaliser now. Wrestled some control back.
Falco gets it. Gets the better of Tatu. Plays it back to Banjak. Banjak to Konstantopoulos. And he plays into Konstantopoulos. Throw in this near side here for FK Beograd. Falco with it. Banjak goes to Nunn in the middle, but receives it back. Can FK Beograd get something out of this? Stam was the target. Atkinson twists and turns, but the ball's punched away from him. And FK Beograd still have it. Konstantopoulos on this side has Falco in the overlap, doesn't use him. And eventually loses possession, and Adelaide United come away with it. And in fact, Konstantopoulos has gone down clutching his calf as Amlani Tatu makes his way to the edge of the box, flicks inside, and that's a fine shot. But again, how can you beat Oxenham without power? You really need the power as well as the placing, don't you?
Yeah, and it looked like Oxenham had the post covered there. Of course, the ball's off target. Great piece of play by Luke Duzel to win the ball back and then send his teammate in behind as, it looks like this might be a little bit serious here for Konstantopoulos. Maybe just some cramp. But again, another decent looking attack for Beograd, but in the end they don't even get the ball into the box, and it turns into a transition opportunity for Adelaide United.
This is the first game, of course, of round 3 of this RA NPL in South Australia. There's a bit of a shuffling of the games this weekend. If you're planning to go out and watch a game, just check your local guides. I mean, there's no games on Saturday now due to the heat, but Sunday Parahills Knights are hosting Mudbury Jets. That game's at 3 o'clock local time. Campbelltown City will be playing Playford at 5. Metro Stars take on Adelaide Croatia Raiders at 7:30. Any of them grab your fancy?
Well, Metro Raiders and Campbelltown Playford, two very, very intriguing matchups for me.
Adelaide City, I think, are playing on the Monday.
Yeah, of course, a doubleheader with the WNPL.
Yep. Against West Torrens Bacalla, from memory.
Yep. Both games, Adelaide City, West Torrens Bacalla. Which is, I mean, box office Bacalla. We might have to start calling them soon if they keep this 3-all streak up.
Number 6, Christian Konstantopoulos, has been replaced by number 23, Marcus Orchard.
Marcus Orchard coming on for Christian Konstantopoulos. 5 minutes to go.
And looks like Anthony Trimboli is going to come on as well.
And number 8, Jason Konstantopoulos, has been replaced by number 10, Anthony Trimboli.
So both of the Konstantopoulos boys coming off. Trimboli comes on. Orchard comes on as well. And David, looks like Harrington has been pushed from his left back role into midfield.
Here's Baselli. Doesn't quite get it under control. Taladera comes away with it. He's got an acre of space. Nobody's challenging him. Chip over the top. Which Battistella has managed to get to and wins the corner.
Yep. Orchard, I guess safety first there. Beograd running out of time here.
Yeah, this is a tough one for them to take, isn't it? Another loss, and another narrow loss. That's the thing as well. You know, when the
still time, David. Still time.
Well, yeah, it's true. Getting ahead of myself here.
You don't want to look silly at the end of the game here.
I know.
You never know in these games.
Battistella with it now. I should say it would be a hard one to take.
Definitely.
If it should happen.
Yeah.
In the unlikely event that it happens, it would be a hard one to take.
I think what's a little bit concerning is, you know, in that first half, I thought they played definitely structurally very well.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't really benefit enough from it. Left the door open for Adelaide United.
None eventually clears for FK Beograd, but no, you're absolutely right. You know, that first half, they did play well. It's a bit like the Croatia game. They played well in that first half, and yet went in 2-0 down as Battistella ends up with the ball at the edge of the box. And United squander another wee chance, but they do win a corner.
Yeah, and I just think for me that's a little bit concerning, because you want to be, when you play well, you need to get reward for it, particularly when you haven't started the season well, like they have. And you just felt like when they took the lead that was the confidence that they needed to then go on and get a result, but it just hasn't worked out that way. So, yeah, if it does end 2-1 here, be back to the drawing board again for sure for Adrian Deloya.
Here come United now. looking to try and get a third goal, which would absolutely kill this contest off. Taladir, a little chip forward. And a foul. And another little clash, another little run in.
Well, this should be a yellow card for Luke Duzel.
Oxenham probably doesn't need to sprint out from his goal either, to be honest.
No, I think Christian Vidica was in a very good position to see that. That was clear time wasting from Luke Duzel. He made the foul, and then he definitely threw the ball away. I don't think he's run away from the scene of the crime without a booking here. Duzel. Wow, it's a little bit surprising that, but yeah, I think I saw Adrian Deloya a moment ago try and get a ball on the side as well. They're definitely mindful of any time wasting now, Beograd.
Yep. Just 2 minutes to go, just under 2 minutes of regulation time to go. There'll be a little bit of additional time, but probably just what we got in the first half. What do we reckon that was? 2 or 3 minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
4 at the very most. As Bodie Burkett sees the ball out.
Yeah, and this is a little bit about game management now for Adelaide United. You know there's going to be an onslaught of probably long balls coming here. And they've got the physical ability with Satiri Phyllis and Henry Lynch and Faisal Kasimovic to deal with that.
Burkett with a little header over. Tatu's onto it on the far side. He did spend a little bit of time over here on the left as the second half started, but he's spent most of the second half on that right hand side. And Beograd come away with it, chip over the top. One for Riley Stam to chase.
Well, it's been a little bit like that for Riley Stam all night. Did you see the cheekiness from Satiri Phyllis there? Went to take the throw in. I think he fooled the whole Beograd team. He looked like he was going to throw it back to Vartuli, and he's left the ball back on the ground behind him. A little bit of cheeky time wasting.
Yeah.
Dark arts not lost on this youthful Adelaide United team, that's for sure.
Evil beyond their years, eh?
Well, you know these boys these days on the I'm gonna sound really old here on the TikTok, on the social media, picking up all sorts of things that they see from footballers in the Premier League and whatnot. Wow, I'm 22 and look at the way I'm just talking there. Sound like I'm 60 odd.
There's nothing wrong with being nearly 60 odd.
You know what? You're right.
As Adelaide United prepares to make a substitution, it looks like it's Mapandawanda. I can't see who's left. It looks like it's Alex Battistella has left, and Mapandawana coming on.
Yeah, soak up some seconds.
Yeah, I mean we're into additional time now.
Mutsa, who scored the winner in round 1, didn't he? Against Raiders, yeah. You were at that game, yeah.
Yeah. Finished it nicely too. And he came on as a substitute, and I think it was just about with his second or third touch that he put the ball away. Super sub. Has less time tonight to make a contribution, but if his contribution is just to slow down the momentum, then he's probably achieved that already just by coming on. Here's Taladira now for Adelaide United. Goes up the line. Tatu goes inside. Finds Lynch. Lynch finds Luke Dizelle.
This is good from Adelaide United. Just play the next pass. Don't do anything flashy.
A race to the byline. Chip comes in. Oxenham punches. Breaks to Lynch. He skips past a couple of challenges. Still has the ball at his feet. Finds Tatu. Tatu goes in the middle. Nobody wants to have a shot. And Beograd come away with it. The substitute Atkinson on the overlap. It's all become a bit scrappy for Beograd.
We just haven't seen enough of their attacking players in this second half, have we? I mean, Atkinson, who I said was a potential danger for Adelaide United when he came on, but he's barely been able to get on the ball.
Yeah, no, I think partially hasn't been allowed to by his opponents, to be honest. But it's a goal kick. And the Adelaide United faithful in the corner there, the Ultras. Adelaide United's Ultras in the corner at the fence there.
FKW, as they're known.
Yeah.
And I won't say out what that actually means.
No, not if you want to do this job again.
Exactly.
I actually don't know what it means. I'm just imagining what it is. Here's a shot from distance, which is just over the bar, and Oxenham got his feet all wrong there, didn't he?
Well, Luke Dizelle.
Yeah, Luke Dizelle it was.
Twice now in the second half where he's not been afraid to have a go from distance. Of course, had that half volley which dipped earlier on the half. And why not? The game's almost over here. Why not have a hit when you got a bit of space? But here they go, Beograd. Maybe one last attack, David.
Yeah, Falco with it. Chip in the middle. That's not a bad cross. It's going to make it all the way to the back. And a slice clearance kind of sums up the night in that final third, doesn't it? Atkinson doesn't quite keep it in play, and he's kind of wasted his own time by playing the ball out for a corner.
Well, that's
which he now has to sprint and collect to bring back.
Yeah, and that's just a lack of composure in a key moment there from Marcus Orchard. Really set up for him to take a touch and shoot, but he just sort of panicked and tried to hit it quickly, it seemed.
Yeah.
It's kind of summed up Beograd's sort of inability to really test Vartuli in this second half outside of that one chance that Riley Stam had earlier on the half. Thoroughly disappointing collapse really here for Beograd.
Yeah, disappointed. I'm disappointed for them, to be honest, because they haven't played that badly, and yet here they are with three losses on the trot, or maybe that's not the case. Riley Stam now into the edge of the box. But Fazo Kasimovic just gets the better of him, and Vartuli collects.
David, you're tempting the football gods with some of these close commentator curses here. I thought Riley Stam was going to go on and equalise when you said that.
Luke Dizelle.
Oh, lovely touch.
Yeah, back to Taladera. And they'll go to the corner here. Burkett has it, but he'll probably just play it back. No incentive really to try and do much more than that. It goes out. It's a throw in for Adelaide United.
Well, listen, Adelaide United have done a great job there of just keeping the ball and soaking up time. But surely, for Beograd, you're 2-1 down. You've got to put a bit more pressure on the ball to try and win it back. And something like that, even though it's a foul, at least the intent is there to win the ball back and impose yourself on the game.
Yeah.
A little bit strange how they've been a bit too passive in this second half. Maybe it's a fitness thing. Maybe they really, we were talking about their pressing in the first half, how good it was, and the energy that they showed. Maybe they just ran out of legs a little bit in the second half.
Maybe. I mean, it is warm as well. You got to remember that. I mean, it's not boiling, but it's certainly warm enough that there's the potential that has an effect. But that's for both sets of players, of course. It's not 26 degrees for one team and 18 degrees for the other.
True. Yep. And there, Banyak with a good defensive clearance, but unfortunately, kind of just helped Adelaide United waste a bit more time.
Well, that's kind of what happened up that other end as well with Atkinson, the substitute. He sort of kicked the ball out for a corner when he probably knew it wasn't, and that's counterintuitive, isn't it? As Christian Verdicchio signals the end of the game, the 90 minutes are up, and unfortunately for FK Beograd, well, it's a third loss in the trot, and they're the only team that have lost all three or all of their opening games. Everyone else has got at least a draw in their back pocket. On the One World LED Sports, One World LED Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions, it's finished 2-1 here for Adelaide United.
Yep, 2-1, and not totally a game of two halves, but definitely would be an apt description, I think, here, because FK Beograd in the first half, we talked a lot about their pressing structurally. I thought they had the game very much on their terms. Didn't probably make the most of it outside of that goal for Jared Clark, and then you just kind of leave yourself still available to allowing the other team to get back in the game. And Adelaide United were able to do that first through Joey Garuccio, capitalising on a little bit of a innocuous moment where the ball just kind of broke to him, and then Beograd caught overplaying a little bit for that second goal. And Brody Burkett, who really helped change the game for Adelaide United here, scoring the second to win the game for Adelaide United, who in the end, David, I think were good value for their win. And yeah, we spoke about Beograd being really disappointed, but on the flip side, look at the sort of celebration, the emotion from some of these Adelaide United boys at full time. They know that was a really big win against an opponent that really tested them.
Yeah, and I think FK Beograd, they just get some of the simple things wrong, don't they? They do some of the complex things right, the pressing, the structure like you mentioned and so on. And then towards the end of the game, 2 of their own players wasting time, without really thinking about things like that.
It's just we were talking at the end there, they used a lot of energy in the first half. Did they kind of maybe run out of legs a little bit in the second half? They just felt like there was a real lack of urgency, even at 2-1 down, really go for it and get the equaliser. So, look, they've, I'm sure they did a lot of soul-searching already after losing the derby. Like, that was always going to happen. But, I felt their effort and even their quality in moments was a lot better tonight, but they've still come away empty-handed. So...
And they look upset by it. The players generally look upset by it. We better wind up. Look, folks, make sure you get out and watch some football this weekend. Just bear in mind that there have been some fixture changes. Some of these games, the NPL games, have been shifted. And also the WNPL, the women's game, started last week with some great matches last week, and the promises to be more great action this week. So check your local guides for the details of that. We better conclude. It's finished 2-1 here on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for Adelaide United against FK Beograd. And of course, we thank our sponsors, RAA, proud sponsors of football in South Australia. I've been your host with the most, David Grant. It's been a pleasure to be here with you tonight, and it's been great having you on board, Christian. Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Magnificent.
Hopefully I can do it again.
Yes, if selected.
No, thanks for having me, David. Like I said, Thursday night football, always great for some midweek football, and honestly, it was a pretty good game in the end, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We'll look forward to more over the weekend. I think that there's nothing on Saturday. I think Sunday's probably for the men's, and just check your local guides for the fixture changes. We better get on the way. There's another cup of tea and a scone over there waiting for me, pal. And
where are you getting these scones from?
There's a wee chef in the corner. She's making them all. We better go on the way. We better sign off. Thanks for listening in, and we'll see you next time, folks. Adios.